ready for tonight's stream. Samaya laid the foundation. She laid the vision. She laid the system right for us with the schedule, with the celebration, with the tour updates. Right, so many different things are happening in the organization right now. But my question to you guys is: are you ready? Let me see in the chat. I don't think nobody said nothing in the chat box yet. I need to see some yeses in the chat. It's only one. It's only one answer you can give. I don't like the word no. Okay, I don't like the word no. So yes, perfect. So one thing I want you guys to do right now is to eliminate all distractions right now. I would love, love, love your undivided attention. I would love to have your camera on this call, and I would love for you guys to take notes on this value, because once again, this is not words from Z. This is words from the man above. This is words from my sermon earlier today, right? And we're going to be talking about becoming a better version of you. And today, that was what, my pastor was talking about, how to become a better version of yourself. And he broke it down in 3 pillars. Okay, he broke it down in 3 pillars: faith, fight, and focus. Faith, fight, and focus. So let's get right into it. Number 1, becoming a better version of you. Faith. Have faith in yourself. Trust that you are capable, even if results aren't instant. Remind yourself that you are chosen for this path, and speak affirmations daily to build your inner belief. I think this right here, for me, when I heard this earlier today, this is something that I've been working on for the past 5.5, 6 years. Trust that you're capable, even if the results aren't instant. How many of us feel like right now we're putting in work on a day-to-day basis and nothing is happening? Be real on this call, because I'm gonna raise my hand and say myself. We put in a lot of work as traders, as builders, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, right? As individuals who work a job. This goes for every facet of your life. But one thing you need to do is to remind yourself that you were chosen for this path. I said this yesterday to somebody. I was talking to, I was on a 3-way PS3 with Yana and one of her future business partners, right? You see how I just spoke an affirmation, a future business partner? I didn't say somebody who just got on the call just to hear the business. No, that is a future partner of Yana pretty soon. And I had to remind him, like, listen, bro, I know that you may be facing some trials and tribulations right now in your life, but understand that us being on this, and we're on the call, mind you, the call was at around like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Call it what you call it, but I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that everything truly happens for a reason. So he needed to understand that he was chosen. He was picked to see this information. He was picked to see this business. You right now, you have to understand that you were chosen for this path of being an entrepreneur. You were chosen out of all the people in your family. You're on this call right now. Out of all the people that could have learned about these digital skills and making money online, you're learning how to make money online. Okay. Number 2, faith in the vision. Okay. Faith in the vision. I want to be effective, not eternal on this call, but this is going to be amazing right here. Okay. Faith in the vision. Know why you started and know what you're building for your family, your community, and yourself. Write down your vision daily. How many of us know what your vision is? Do you know what your vision is every single day you wake up? Do you know why you're doing this? Do you know why you want to become successful? Do you know why you have the last name you have? Do you know what your last name carries? Do you know how much weight your name carries? Write down your vision every single day to make it clear. I have a book, okay? I have a book. Just this notebook right here is only for goals. Only. No trainings, no businesses, no, just straight goals. And lately I've been practicing, I've been getting better, right? Like I said before, I'm not perfect, but I've been getting better at doing the 3-6-9 method every single day. I write my goals down 3 times when I wake up, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times before I go to bed. And you want to know what that vision is? It says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a director earning $10,000 a month through residual income. Thank you, God, it's already done. I write that down every single day and I read it every single day. What is your vision? What is your vision? Because next you got to have faith in something greater. Faith in something greater. Write this stuff down or take screenshots, whatever you need to do. Because I'm actually gonna print this out and put it on my wall because I actually need to see this more for myself. Right? Faith in something greater, whether it's God, universal laws, or your purpose. Stay spiritually aligned. I don't want to get too spiritual on here, but how many of us understand that success, life, whatever it is literally spiritual warfare? Okay, and like I said, I don't any religions on this call. Hey, that's not my lane, but I'm speaking from what I know. I know a lot of us are going through spiritual warfare right now. You feel like you're not worthy enough because of your circumstances. You feel like you don't deserve the success that you have in your head. You feel like even if you write down those goals, they just won't happen. But one thing that I know is that anything that I prayed about, I spoke about, I meditated about, it eventually came about. I have faith in something greater than what I can see right now. I literally just posted on my Instagram. That's why I said be do have, right? I literally just I made a post on my Instagram and let me read this to you guys. Quick, it was a quick caption. It says, "Made myself some goals. I gotta stick to them. I don't look like what I've been through, but just know I've been through." Happy Sunday. You have to have faith in something greater. Say it again. I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. It says, "Made myself some goals. I gotta stick to them. I don't look like what I've been through, but just know I've been through." The only way that I made it to this call, to the stages I've been on, is by the grace of God. Because a lot of us, we don't come from this financial, educational background. We don't come from this. But the fact that we were placed here, you had to have faith for something greater that you could actually become successful. And lastly, faith through the storms. This is probably my favorite one right here. Because if you know me for real, you know like Storms is like my middle name. For real. And some of y'all might have the same middle name as me. We might be cousins for real. Right? Faith through the storms. Understand, faith is tested most when things feel stagnant or hard. Keep moving even when you can't see the entire path. I'm gonna give you guys a scenario about this, okay? Imagine you get you're on an unfamiliar road that you don't recognize, and the goal is to get home. Okay, the goal is to get home. I want everybody to like get in their car real quick. Yes, yes, yes. Matter of fact, get in your dream car. Okay, get in your dream car right now, and you're driving on an unfamiliar road. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I drive one hand, left hand on steering wheel. You know. But you're driving on an unfamiliar road. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're headed. But the goal is to get home. The only way that you make it home is if you keep driving and figure out the path to get there. That's the only way you make it home. You're not going to make it home just by staying there in park. Keep moving even when you can't see the entire path. You may not be able to see the entire path right now. You may not be able to see, yourself being that 6-figure, 7-figure trader, right? Being a director, a sapphire director, crown diamond, somebody who's making $100,000 a month. You may not even see yourself being an executive right now. But Trey did it. Sam did it. Kirk did it. What's the difference? Let me tell you the secret. There is none. There is no difference from anybody on this call. So becoming a better version of you, you need to have faith. Okay? If we understanding that right now, drop faith in the chat. Drop faith in the chat. Somebody said you versus you. Number 2, the fight. It's a fight. It's a battle. You didn't expect that? Come on, man. Those who know, you know where that came from. But it's really real. It's a fight. It's literally a battle every single day, bro. Every single day. Every single day. So number 1, fight against your comfort zone. Most of us are too comfortable right now. Most of us are way too comfortable with the results that we have currently, but you want a quantum leap in your life. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to get uncomfortable with doing the uncomfortable work to eventually become comfortable. You see how that works? You have to be uncomfortable to become comfortable. And understand this, you have to become uncomfortable for a period of time. Growth never happens in comfort. Do one thing daily that challenges you mentally and physically. Drop in the chat. What's some things that challenges you physically right now? I'm going to say me, myself, going to the gym at least five days a week. I'm working on 6. Sunday is my rest day. You know what I'm saying? But today I actually ran a couple miles today just because I felt like my body just needed it and it felt really good. Somebody said running. Somebody said reading. A better sleep schedule. Going to run before 9. Journaling. Okay? What are some things that challenge you mentally? Drop it in the chat. This is a judge-free community. I want you guys to know that as well. So be fully transparent, praying, learning, waking up at 2 a.m. to study. Sheesh, 2 a.m.? Shout out to Jacoby, bro. Reading 10 pages. I do about 3 or 5. Consistently staying focused on one thing. Studying instead of being tired. Staying consistent. But you guys, you want to know the funny part about that? The only way you get better at it is if you start doing it. You can sit here and tell your mentor, tell myself all these challenges you're facing, but the only way that you get better at it is actually doing it. You get better by actually getting in the gym. You get better by actually running those miles. You get better by actually picking up that book and reading 10 pages. Or at least reading a chapter a day. Most books, a chapter is about 10 to 12 pages. Waking up at 5 a.m. to go work out. That's physically. And that's mental too as well. Because you got to mentally tell yourself, I got to get up now. Okay. Number 2 is fight against distractions. I need you guys to identify what's stealing your time, energy, and focus right now. Or who is stealing your time, energy, and focus right now. And replace them with habits that align with your goals. You know what's so funny about a distraction? We're in a distraction right now. It's summertime. And I love you guys so much that I'm going to be fully transparent on here. Friday night, okay? And this is also to myself. Friday night, I do the opportunity calls at 6 p.m. We didn't have not one guest on there. We, okay, not me, we. We didn't have not one guest on there Friday night. Most people are distracted because it's summertime. It's nice out. They want to go drink. They want to go to the pool. They want to hang out with their friends. They want to, but be the same people that's complaining in the winter. Dang, I wish I could have took advantage of summertime instead of being outside. I could have focused on my business for a good 3, 4, 5 months, and my winter would have been good. You see, the people that focus during the summer are the individuals that in cold places, they have a house where it's warm. Somebody just pick up what I put down? Did somebody pick up what I just put down? They always say this in our industry. Some are times where the numbers to the people or the calls go down. Wonder why? Because you're distracted by so much stuff. Somebody mentioned scrolling in the chat. You put more time into social media than you do into your own business. You put more time into people who take your energy instead of give you energy, who take your value but don't give you no value back. Because understand number three, this is a fight for your goals too. This is a fight for your goals. Treat your goals like they're a non-negotiable. Because I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this. If you don't fight for your goals, you'll end up fighting for somebody else's. If you don't fight for you, nobody's going to do it for you. If you don't put some respect on your last name, nobody's going to put respect on your last name. If you don't value you, nobody's going to value you. My brother Nano always says this. He says, stay focused on you until the focus is on you. Some of you right now, you need to become a little bit selfish in this season. But don't let that stop you from giving value to people. Though. Become selfish, but don't let that stop you from giving value. Treat your goals like they're a non-negotiable. You don't have another choice. You're here. You're in the community. You're in a community where people are going to hold you accountable more than you hold yourself accountable. And that's just the reality for some of us, not everybody. You're in a space where people are going to hold you more accountable than you do your own self. And that's kind of crazy, though. It's a good thing, but it's kind of crazy because you should treat your goals, treat yourself like you have a non-negotiable like contract, like you signed an NDA or something to become successful. You have no other choice. And then lastly, the fight internally before externally. The fight internally before externally. Win the mental battle each morning through prayer, reading, and intentional planning before you take on the world. Matt Rosa said something very powerful on the leadership call that we had last week. He says every Sunday is the day where he writes down his entire week and what he's going to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then back on Sunday. He doesn't go into the next week not knowing what the week is like, what it is. Because every day you get out of that bed, let me say you guys this. Every day you get out of that bed and your feet hit the ground, you have the decision to actually stand up and get up and do what you need to do. Some of us, your 2 feet hit the ground and you get right back in the bed. God bless you to be able to open your eyes the next morning with breath in your lungs. So take every opportunity, take advantage of the time that you have here on this earth, because I don't want to be the barrier of, I guess you could say, bad news, but we're not here forever. So it's like, it's time to turn up, like for real. It's really time to turn up the trading, turn up the business, turn up the networking, turn up the events, turn up. This tour, we're about to turn up the organization. I'm telling you guys that right now. Stop feeling tired and being like the laziness, the not getting on calls, no, man. Not getting on Go Live, letting your work schedule get the best of you, letting life get the best of you. Guess what? Whether you make it or you don't make it, life is still going to happen regardless. We need to turn up because the fight is internal before it is external. It's you versus you every single day. You versus you every single day. Right? And the last one is focus, guys. Becoming a better version of you, you need to focus. You need to focus. Number one, focus on the present task. Multitasking kills productivity. And this is kind of like it's like 50-50. Okay. Because I know some people who can multitask and do amazing at it. Right. I'm low key one of them. Low key. Right. But yes, Tia said in the chat, focus everywhere leads to focus nowhere. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to be her, you want to be him, you want to be this, you want to be that, and you haven't even focused on like the one thing that you need to become. One thing that that I say on op calls is back in 2016, 2017, 2015, they said that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, right? But how many of us know it's 2025 right now, and there's children on YouTube with YouTube just being the only income they have, the one income they have, and they're making millions of dollars from that one stream of income. But the fact that we're in a community that possesses so many different, somebody say CoComelon. Yo, CoComelon is, the numbers on that is crazy. Like, bro, right? So the fact that we're in a community that possesses so many different avenues of income, sometimes we feel like we need to have our hands in all the pots, which is not a bad thing. But let's get that first thing right. You want to be a trader? Let's get trading right. You want to, like, what I'm saying? You want to do e-com? Let's go hard with e-com. You want to build your social media, becoming an influencer? Let's really dive into that. It's not saying you have to stop all the other things that we got going on here, but let's focus on the one thing that you truly want to do. You want to build the business? Bro, build the business. Some of us, like we actually want to build a business, but we feel like it's like tug of war with your mind for real every single day. Should I tell this person? Should I post about the business? Should I not? Should I do this? No, just do it. It's not because of like literally somebody said it's true like an option. Bro, in some other countries, in this business, in this industry, they don't have another option but to build a business. That's why they have what they have. Calling a spade, in the United States, we treat everything like an option. Like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, this is it. This is it. This is how a lot of us have been putting food on the table for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, 20 years with this industry right here. Commit to full presence in everything you do today. Full presence. Have a full presence as a trader. Have full presence as a builder. Have full presence as an e-com owner. Have full presence as a social media influencer. Have full presence. Full presence. Most of us, we need to treat this business like a job. Because if you treated the business like a job, even if you didn't feel like showing up, you would still show up. Even if you're tired, you would still show up. Even if somebody got on your nerves, you would still show up. You having a bad day, you still, guess what? You have a bad day, you wake up in the morning, guess what? You still got to go to work. Because if you don't go to work, what happens? Either two things are going to happen. Either the bills ain't getting paid or you're getting cut off. But that's, it's kind of like with entrepreneurship, it's like a caveat to entrepreneurship, right? And I'll tell you what it is. As an entrepreneur, you have the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whomever you want. But that's also the bad thing, that you can do whatever you want, when you want, with whomever you want. So you need to actually make the right decisions and right choices in entrepreneurship. Okay. Number 2, focus on priorities, right? Identify your top 3 priorities daily and execute them before anything else. If you were to give yourself three priorities every single day, what would they be? If you write in notes, write them down, like right now. Rain, hail, sleet, snow. Facts. What are they? Okay, and I'll be here for another like 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left in this call. Okay. Wow, we got 88,000. Sheesh, we need to get the numbers back up. We need to turn up. Okay. I can see like I'm being extra loud because my son went back home. He's going to school soon. So like I'm super lit. He's not sleep. I don't gotta worry about nobody sleeping. Right. But yeah, my son starts school soon. So yeah. But identify three priorities daily. Okay. Number three is focus on growth, not perfection. Woo-wee! Focus on growth, not perfection. Don't wait to feel ready. Okay. Don't wait to feel ready. Take action so you don't got to get ready. Take action and refine along the way. Everything is not going to be perfect. The markets will never be perfect. Building the business will never be perfect. This industry will never be perfect. It's just better. I didn't say that. Eric Worre said that. I didn't say that. Yo, Tia. Oh my gosh. Yo. One thing you'll know about yourself is you know who your mentor is when y'all start saying the same thing, y'all start feeling the same ways, thinking the same thing before somebody even says anything. I'm telling you, right? Progress over perfection is what creates momentum. Progress over perfection is what creates momentum. We used to have this saying back in the day: knowledge on ice is worse than ignorance on fire. I'd rather everybody on this call be ignorant and on fire. Not really, okay, not saying that for real, but just hypothetical, right? I'd rather you be ignorant and on fire about everything you got going on. You talking to people. You probably don't, you probably not saying the right things, but you're at least you're talking. You're better than somebody who knows everything and not saying nothing. At least you saying something. At least you're taking the trades. You might be taking some losses back to back to back. At least you taking them so you can learn from them. At least you're marking up a chart. You might be marking up the wrong thing. At least you marking a chart up. You're doing better than somebody who has access to all this information and is doing nothing with it. Some of us probably didn't even know that because we felt like we needed to have the perfect markup, the perfect trade, the perfect words, the perfect business, the perfect this, the perfect that, the perfect life, the perfect kids, the perfect everything has to be perfect in order for you to move. It will not work like that. It will never work like that. Get up and take action. Get up and do what you need to do. Get up and go hit executive. Hit Dre. I know what's next for you, bro. Sam, I know what's next for you, right? That's John behind you. John, I know what's next for you. And he blurry, and I know that's him. That's how you know your team. I know what's next. But the only way that we do that is if we keep doing what we have been doing. And lastly, you got to focus on your environment. Surround yourself with people, conversation, and environments that feed your goals and not your doubts. Nano said, Nano says this, right? He says, most people are in fixed environments instead of growth environments. Truth be told, your house is a fixed environment. Being at home is a fixed environment, but being at a convention is a growth environment. Being at home is a fixed environment. Being at weekly team meetings is a growth environment. Not taking trades is a fixed environment. Taking trades is growth environment. Not building a business is fixed environment. Building a business is a growth environment. Talking to people who drain your energy is a fixed environment. Talking to people who inspire you to become better is a growth environment. Not writing down your goals is a fixed environment. Writing your goals down daily is a growth environment. Focus on your environment in this season. There's people that got off this call. Why? We went from 100,000 to 84,000. The numbers went down by 4 people because before we had 88,000. And it's no knock to focus. See, look right here. It's no knock to focus on the ones that's leaving. Focus on the ones that's staying, because my job is not to convince you to chase your dreams and your goals. That's not me. But one thing that facts, lack of accountability, that needs to be like, what's going on? Somebody said they're missing the sauce. Everybody, all 83,000 of us, go back in every single chat and drop you missing the sauce, because they're going to come back to the call and we're going to be done, because now the training is officially over. So understand, becoming a better version of yourself. What do you need? You need faith. Gotta have faith. What did I miss? You gotta have faith. You gotta understand it's a fight. It's a battle. And lastly, you gotta have focus. You gotta have focus. And my call to action to you guys here today is tonight, I challenge you to pick one area of faith to strengthen, right? One area to fight harder in, and one area to sharpen your focus. And what I want you to do is I want you to drop in the chat so we can hold each other accountable this week. One area to strengthen your faith. What does your faith need to be strengthened? What area do you need to fight harder in? And what area do you need to sharpen your focus? And drop them in the chat. All right. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys is shout out to technology, man. Because we have the Vision Unleashed tour is here, ladies and gentlemen. Every single city, every single state, we are coming to your city. Don't drop it in this chat. Drop it on the Alpha Launchpad in the Telegram. Drop it there. Right now, let's show some love for Richmond. Let's show some love to Atlanta. Let's show some love to Orlando, to Los Angeles, to St. Louis. You gotta love these flyers, just for knowing the chat. Because one thing I know about ChatGPT is if you tell it what to do, it's gonna do what it do. So what I'm gonna do for you guys is, once I see enough of the call to actions in the chat, somebody said remind me of Starburst. I'm so glad that you said that, because that means you're gonna be at the event. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop all of these flyers in the chat for you guys to have access to promote. We have the art of promotion this week. To promote these, okay? So, man, this was an amazing Sunday Night Vision. Samaya, my sis, my big sis, man. I love you so much for doing this call, holding the team down as you do every single day, every single month, every single week, every single year, right? And shout out to the whole Alpha Squad, man. I love and appreciate you guys. I'll see you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. But we never look down on anybody unless we are pulling them up. Go out there and live a transformed life. Let's go.